Alright, this is the E-gauge we're going to be installing here. It gives you up to 15 CTs inputs. This is where you hook in the power. Your CTs go in here that are monitoring each power line, so we can see how much each line is drawing. So this is the compressor for the freezer section. This wire here is going to the evaporator fans. So we're putting a CT around that. We've got a 20 amp CT, and that'll measure our current that's running through there. This is the wire here that's going down to the evaporator fan. So I'll put my CT around that. That's up here. It's 41611.
Ethernet cable. I got two here, one here, just use whatever you want to use.
Alright, there's another E-gauge. This will be installed in the second location. It's E-gauge 26291. Very similar to the other one. Power goes in here, CTs go in there, Ethernet hooks up to there. Alright, so this is the freezer unit here, compressor unit. This white wire here is what's feeding down to the evaporator fans down inside. So I'm going to put this CT over that wire so that I can measure the current. This other end of this is plugged into the E-gauge.
So what we can see here now that this E-gauge is live and up and running, we're looking at AT&T Stadium location 1, and essentially what we've got here is 1 week's worth of data. We're looking at where our baselines were, and then obviously when you put the equipment in, you can see a dramatic energy reduction, and all this space that we're looking at in here is where your energy savings is. So what we're measuring here is a cooler, a walk-in cooler and a walk-in freezer together, and these are in very close proximity to each other, and we're able to catch the live lines going in to feed those particular evaporators and components. What's interesting is if we are looking at where the baselines were compared to where they're at now, there's obviously a substantial drop in watts. Averaging somewhere around 470 watts to somewhere around 30 watts. And the cooler and freezer here can also be seen in increments of like 1 hour, 3 hours, and 6 hours. And what you'll notice here is that you've got some cycles where these evaporators are cycling on and off, and essentially they're going from 28 odd watts up to 75 watts. So if we take an average of where these power draws are, we're going to see somewhere around 50 watts here, all the way down from somewhere around 475 watts. And what you're seeing here is a controller that is on in their freezer, and that's why this is coming up and down here in these little increments of power draws that we go and see through 75 watts. So again, if we look at 12 hours, you can see the energy draw coming on and off, on and off, on and off through the actual freezer component, because both of these systems are on an actual controller that was there previously. So again, if we're looking at averages, we're averaging somewhere around 50 watts. If we go and look at where our baselines were, and we can totally see somewhere around 475 watts as far as where our baselines were, and they're all the way down now to 50 watts. So all your energy savings is this area in here that we can measure and see live, and we can watch it drawing live power as we talk. So again, we're on Egauge number 41611 on egauge.net, and it's a really nice tool to see how the technology is working and how it's performing from where it was.